Thanks for your support as a channel member, Tommy Williams. We've been the kings of qualifying so far in Season 3, and we're going to a track where qualifying is absolutely key. Hello folks, and welcome to episode 43, I think this is, of F2 and GP2 Champions with Haas only. Well, hang on, not with Haas only. Haas with F2 and GP2 Champions only. That's the right way to phrase it. We're gearing up for the Monaco Grand Prix, round 4 of our final season on F1 Manager 23 and with Haas. Here's how things look after 3 rounds. Red Bull have a very big lead over us, which, I mean, not going to complain because didn't expect to be second, but also we could have done a lot better. We really should have been on the podium in Imola. We came away with a 4th place and a no score with Felipe Drugovich. So there's definitely been points left on the table so far this season. That's annoying me. But in the Drivers' Championship, George Russell is leading the way ahead of Max Verstappen by 6 points, and Gasly is going to be fighting tooth and nail to make sure he stays in that fight. And it doesn't just become an in-house squabble between the two Red Bulls. I mean, how would they ever allow that to happen in reality? Let's be honest. Lewis Hamilton is the best non-Red Bull car and driver with Ferrari, and his new teammate Charles Leclerc is already 6 points behind. Drugovich down to 9th after failing to score in Imola, and we'll just forget about that race because the strategy wasn't great. However, we have taken pole position at every race so far this season with Pierre Gasly, and today is a critical race to take pole position, because if we can get in front and then we can pull away, we will be absolutely fine. And fortunately for us, our car does slow speed corners very, very well. If I just show you Pierre's, there we go, he's first, he's the fastest man. We've got the fastest car around slow corners. Is there anything we can put onto the car in terms of upgrades? I'm just looking. I don't think there is. Oh, they've both got new suspension now. So Drugovich now with the latest spec of suspension. So yeah, I think that is everything you need to know before we dive into the Monaco Grand Prix. I'm going to go through practice, and I'll see you in qualifying, where we're going for 4 poles in a row. Another very disappointing qualifying session for Felipe Drugovich. He will start the Monaco Grand Prix 15th. And yeah, that was really not what we were looking for, considering we are the best car around low speed corners. He just didn't put a very good lap together. First time off in Q2, and then I sent him out on used tyres because I wanted to save a fresh set for Q3, but really maybe I should have sent him out on fresh rubber. Anyway, we will debate that later on. We set the pace in Q1. Hamilton went faster than we did in Q1 and Q2, so it's game on for pole position. Can we keep up our 100% record of being on pole this season? We're going to give it a try. Gasly only 95% happy with his setup, but we'll just have to make do with it, I suppose. It's do or die in Monaco, not literally obviously. We are down to 6th place as drivers start setting their final lap times. We were originally 4th behind Verstappen, Norris, and I think it was Sainz. So we have been completely blocked there by the Aston Martin. I think we're going to be stuck in the middle of the top 10. We need a really good middle sector here from Pierre Gasly if we want to move forward. We're down to 7th. Hamilton has got himself ahead. Improvement in the middle sector for Pierre. We're down in 8th now. Leclerc has gone quicker than us. Alonso is currently the man on pole position. Can Gasly deny him? It's only 5th. We're less than a 10th off pole. We're 5th place. Wow, this is such a tight grid. The top 10 covered by less than 4 tenths. It's super tight. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that is so close. Yeah, you had to deliver the perfect lap, and Fernando Alonso has done just that. So we will start the Monaco Grand Prix from 5th. It's a bit of a disappointment, really, isn't it? 2 very different strategies for 2 very different races here at Haas. Gasly looking to get himself to the front, so we're going to go with a 2-stop strategy. Risky around Monaco, as we saw last year with Hulkenberg, where we got stuck behind Lando Norris. We're actually going to be behind Lando Norris from the start in this race. So I've put Pierre on a used set of tyres, and then we're going to box him early for a set of mediums, and then around lap 55 for another set of brand new softs, and hopefully we will be able to close the gap on the leaders. We'll need to make a little bit of progress early on, but we'll just have to do the best we can. With Felipe, we're goal hanging. We're putting him on the hards, and we're going to wait as long as possible in the hope that he gets a favourably timed safety car or red flag to change his race. So it's just about longing it out with Felipe and hoping for the best. This was not the place to qualify 15th. Yeah, he's managed to do that 2 races in a row, both at circuits where it's near impossible to overtake. So let's get down to the grid and see if we can take victory on the streets of Monaco. Fernando Alonso will be very hard to beat. Max Verstappen will do his best to achieve that. 5 red lights in Monaco. The lights are out. The race is on. Let's jump on board with Pierre Gasly. Are we making a good start? Looks like we might be up the inside of Sainz. He's sent it deep on the brakes to try and get past his old mate Norris. And we have stayed in P5. Drugovich, though, has dropped to 16th because we're on hards, and I think everyone around us is on softs. Indeed, they are. Although Ocon and Doohan and Albon are on hards. So, yeah, we're just going to have to play a little bit of a long game with him. For Gasly needs to make an early overtake here. We are driving in clean air. We need to find a way past the McLaren, and we're not. This is not ideal because he's probably defending the position, I think, is Norris. And we need to find a way through because Sainz, Verstappen and Alonso all getting away. We're now 2.5 seconds behind. We need to find a way through. We're just going to back off and top up the battery a little bit. But this is not working out. We're stuck behind Lando Norris at Monaco again. This is just not ideal. Right, we're much closer this time. So I'm going to get Gasly to drive in clean air. We need to go through, please, Pierre. There we go, round the outside. Yes. And importantly, that's disposed of a car ahead of us on mediums. We have caught the lead group. And Sainz is actually dropping a little bit out of DRS. I think he might be picking up his pace on this lap to close it down. But if he doesn't get within that 1 second, we're going to go for it. He's got back within that 1 second. So we'll just sit here and bide our time. But we're in a great position to undercut this lot, go onto the mediums, get some clear air, and then we should be able to be in a really good position from there. Good news for Felipe Drugovich. He has found a way past the Sauber of Oliver Behrman into Sandevot. There's the heroics into Sandevot. And P15 now belongs to Felipe Drugovich. Gasly is shortly about to come into the pit lane. The top 4 have started to spread out. Verstappen now has the lead on his mediums. And we have got one more lap to do with Gasly. So I'll call the pit stop. And we're going to attack on the tyres. We will lose about 20 seconds. So we need to, as Drugovich moves ahead of Doohan there and drops back behind, we will fall to 13th, I think, when we do eventually stop. If ever there was a time where we needed a good stop, it's now. That's fine. 3.5 seconds will do. And we pop back out in 13th place. And Felipe Drugovich is now the car behind us. So he has passed Jack Doohan. That's good news for him. Push on the fuel. We will deploy Pierre's battery. And we will go aggressive on his tyres, get him up to speed. And hopefully if we can put in some good laps here, we will secure the undercut on those ahead of us. They will likely be one-stopping. So the theory being that we're on fresh tyres towards the end when they are absolutely not. And we can come past them with ease. Alright, Pierre is up to 10th here on lap 27. And here's his gap to the leader. 15.9 seconds. We would come out plenty clear of Max Verstappen. He would then close back up. So we would probably need to have a lead of about 7 or 8 seconds when we eventually come back in for our second stop to make this work. Otherwise we'll have probably a little bit too much to do. But their tyres are about to be very old and we're pulling away from them. So lap times wise, we just did a 12.6. Not the fastest lap, by the way. Sonoda's done an 11.8. But we were, even on that lap, we were almost 2 seconds quicker than Verstappen. So our gap to the leader is now 13.5 seconds. This is working out nicely. Very important overtake here by Pierre Gasly round the outside of Lewis Hamilton, who's also goal hanging a bit on a set of hard tyres. We'll probably have to overtake that Ferrari again later in this race. But very important overtake. We need to move ourselves through this traffic because we're only 5 seconds behind Verstappen. And now they're all starting to go in the pit lane. And will Gasly find a way through here? Up the inside. Past Perez. Don't mind if we do. No, we did not. But we're in a very, very good position now to have a massive advantage over Verstappen. We could have, if we can have a 10, 12 second lead when we stop, that would be absolutely outstanding. Verstappen has just gone into the pit lane. We're about to pass his teammate George Russell, and we do it with ease. Job done. Where is Verstappen exiting his pit stop? He's ahead of Alonso, is he? No, they're going to be super close. He's behind Alonso. That could be crucial. Drugovich is trying to fight off Leclerc and doing it unsuccessfully. But we are now comfortably the net lead. We just need to pass Perez. And this strategy is coming together wonderfully for us. What's our advantage over Verstappen right now? It's 17 seconds. So if this was sort of 15 laps time, we'd only have to make up a few seconds. Oh my gosh. Red flag. Drugovich's dreams has come true. Who has crashed? It's Carlos Sainz. And he's just smashed into the Armco. He's crashed into the Armco at the exit of Anthony Nose, the final corner. And this presents us with a bit of a strategy conundrum. Probably a little bit too early for Drugovich to make the mediums work, but he's going to be put on them anyway. And what can we put Gasly on? Probably hards. Yeah, we'll need to run hards to the end here, I think. This is an absolute godsend for Perez. We'll stick the hards on. And then we might even, later in the race, dive in for a set of softs if we've got the gap to do so. Or if there's a safety car, we'll just keep those up our sleeve. So Sainz is gone. And this is terrible for Verstappen. He's just stopped and is now 7th. Time for a restart in Monaco. 3, 4, 5 red lights. The lights are out. The race is back on. Let's deploy battery. We've immediately lost second place to Russell, who's on a set of hards. Perez is on mediums. Yeah, everyone's on mediums or hards, and we recovered that important second place. So what we can do is just sit behind Perez. We forgot to do Drugovich's things here, but he's 9th. And now moving up to 8th ahead of Norris. So this has worked out quite nicely for Drugovich. That was the plan all along, was to goal hang for a red flag or safety car. And it's worked out for us. We have got ourselves into the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. Come on! Pierre Gasly leads in Monte Carlo. Perez weirdly doing this stupid defending the outside in Monaco. I don't know why they do that. They need to have fixed that for F1 Manager 24. And we slide up the inside into Sandoval, securing the position up Beau Rivage, and now this race is ours to control. So what I'm going to do is drive away, essentially. That's the plan. We need to escape. Let's attack on the tyres, build the gap, see if we can leave Perez to the sharks that are Hamilton, Russell, Alonso and Verstappen and Leclerc to be eaten alive, essentially. Sorry, Sergio, we are not your friend today. We are even happier with Felipe Drugovich than we previously were because he's now 8th. He's just passed Lando Norris for a couple of crucial points. If he can stay there, we do need to look after our tyres to the end of the race. Have we secured that position? We have indeed, through the tunnel. We are now in 8th place. Gasly is now being chased by Lewis Hamilton. And Perez is starting to close up, but Hamilton is on medium tyres. They are wearing out much more than ours, than our hard tyres at least. So we need to just play the long game here. If he gets ahead, it's fine. He will come back to us eventually. 20 laps to go at the end of this one. And Lewis Hamilton's been pushing his tyres to try and find a way through. But he has not. We are significantly better off on our tyres. And we've still got quite a long way to go. Drugovich still in 8th. Gasly still leading the race. Everything is very good right now. And hopefully it stays that way. So Hamilton, I'm sure, will need to back off on his tyres at some point. So what I'm going to do, actually, is push with the fuel. And we're going to attack on the tyres on the next, well, for the next lap and a bit. See if we can pull away from Lewis. He's got DRS. Going to harvest over the first sector and then deploy it through the tunnel. See if we can escape this 1 second barrier. Oh, it's so very tantalisingly close. Oh, we have. And we haven't. Did we? We did. We did just about get ourselves out of DRS range to Lewis. So that's a much better sight. Hamilton not in DRS range. Good news. 15 laps to go now. We're counting the laps down, and we've managed to build a 5.5 second lead on Hamilton. He's dramatically dropped his pace, and we're now 1.2 seconds a lap faster because we've got tyres that are going to the end. Hamilton obviously starting on hard tyres, forced to go to mediums for the rest of the race, and it just didn't come out at the right time for him. Drugovich is in a similar position, but we've got... Well, we're not fighting for a race victory with him. We've got to just babysit his tyres to the end of the race. And Gasly looking very, very good at the moment for, you know, another Bahrain. So we won't say it just in case. Don't say it. You might jinx it. And we don't want that. Let's follow Pierre Gasly's final lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. He has been exemplary today. We took a risk with the strategy. It almost fell apart a little bit with the red flag, but luckily we had the hard tyres available to us with which we could essentially run to the end of the race. That's what you do in Monaco, is you wait for a safety car or red flag and then just put on a different set of tyres and go to the end. We are going to go from 5th to 1st in this race, and we won this race because... First of all, of the stop earlier on, Drugovich is just... No, he's fighting back. Go, Felipe. Hang on to the position. Let's finish our serenade of Pierre. The first stint helped us get track position, and the timing of the red flag really did help us because we then didn't have to overtake a bunch of cars. We only had to overtake Perez, and we did that. And Pierre Gasly has won the Monaco Grand Prix. Get in there. Come on. And let's get Drugovich over the line in P8. He's done brilliantly to get from 15th to 8th. A brilliant weekend for Haas. I'm not sure on the maths, but we may have taken the lead in the World Championship. I think Pierre was, what, 15 points behind maybe? Maybe less than that? And he's gained 15 on Russell there. So we might be in the lead of the World Championship because of 2 wins. But Drugovich over the line in 8th. He's held off Norris. Great job. Well done all round. Let's get to the podium because we need that well-earned bottle of champagne. And we need to find our suits for the big party that we get invited to for winning Monaco. And you can see the team are absolutely delighted. That's our 4th win with Haas. Absolutely fantastic scenes. The guys and girls in the garage celebrating accordingly. And here comes Gasly, joined on the podium by 2 of F1's greats. Former Monaco winners Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. Lift it high, Pierre. You're going to have a sore head in the morning. You're going in the marina as well, in the harbour. Champagne and confetti. Brilliant sight on this game, isn't it? And we're Monaco winners with Haas. Absolutely superb. Gasly up 4 spots. Hamilton up 7. Big loser today was Verstappen. That red flag coming out just after he stopped. Terrible timing for him at Red Bull. I think we just passed George Russell at the time, hadn't we, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, very important. Let's have a look at the constructors. We close in by 11 points on Red Bull. They've still got a very good advantage over us. And we eke out a little bit more on Ferrari. So, we're probably looking at fighting for second. If we can get Drugovich qualifying up at the front every race, then we could challenge Red Bull. But we need to achieve qualifying results consistently first. Is Pierre Gasly winning the World Championship? He is! He leads by a point! The Gasman goes from third to first. I said at the end of last episode, it could all change very quickly, and it has. Wow, what a title fight we have got going on here. Absolutely incredible. And Hamilton, I mean, if he wins a couple of races, he could be in there too. So don't rule him out just yet. What a fabulous performance. What a day. What a way to bounce back from the disappointment that was Imola. We have won the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, that one is one to tell the grandchildren about, isn't it? A brilliant performance from Pierre Gasly. Make sure you join me for the next round, which I believe is Spain. So I will see you there. You're the best fans. Bye for now.